happening? There you are. Welcome, welcome. So it's been a minute or two. I'm your host, LaVada Theus. Welcome back to Seniors on the Move. Well, in these COVID days, oh my goodness, there's so much negativity in the air, so many things the uncertainty, we just don't know what's happening from minute to minute. And one of the people that has helped to give me peace in all of this uncertainty has been our guest today. And I've known Butch for a few years, but never really knew him. I just didn't know that he was just sort of a man for all seasons. So it's been exciting having him get me involved in this venture with these networks. Oh wow, I never envisioned myself being there as a senior. And so it's his birthday coming up Saturday. And so he's going to be our guest today. Let's see what else we can find out about Butch Charles Grimes. So Butch, where are you? Show your face over there. There he is. There's my friend. Oh,
hey man, how you doing?
Yes. I'm just so excited about having you here with us today because you're such an exciting person. I think I told you earlier, it gives me a lift to hear your voice. I hear so much negativity and so many people down and depressed with what's going on in our world today. So it's exciting to have you here to share who Butch Charles Grimes is. For one, my first question, how did you get that nickname Butch? How did that come about?
Well, actually, I got it from the Rice-A-Roni commercial.
The Rice-A-Roni commercial?
There's a story because my aunt used to call me Butcheroni.
Butcheroni.
And it's stuck. But the funny thing about it now is I know who knows me and who doesn't know me because the people that really know me call me Butch and the people that don't know me call me Charles.
You're right.
Because most people don't know my name is really Charles.
Uh-huh.
So that's how it came about.
That's how it came about, huh? Butcheroni. Now we know the secret's out. Well, when you were back there in those days as Butcheroni, what did you think you wanted to be when you grew up?
Well, based on what my mother wanted me to be was an attorney. She just, I grew up around the legal field. My mother was the first Black president of the Los Angeles Legal Secretaries, and she was a member of the Judges' Wives because my stepdad was a judge, and I was going to be an attorney. So when I went to school, I actually got a degree in political science because I was going to go to law school. And then something just struck and said, you know what? I don't think I want to do that. And I like people. So
yeah, okay.
I like people. I like being out. And so that's kind of how we got to where we're today. Well, I was fortunate when I was young and I was playing football. One of the big football boosters, would always take me out after games. And we became good friends. And he was vice president at a large major liquor corporation. And he said, hey, if you don't go pro or whatever happens, you got a job when you graduate. And I was like, wow. So I got injured. I did go for the job. It was great. I traveled extensively around the world. And one thing led to the other. And my marketing skills from my past have just crept into my today.
And so now, our relationship started with my involvement with the Empowerment Congress for senior services. And I met you, and you had a Alzheimer's project that you were deeply involved in. Can you share with us a little bit about that project?
Yeah, well, Who's Going to Take Care of Me came about because of course, and I know a lot of people know that my mom has dementia, and it was devastating. It was tough on me, tough on my family, and I have a wonderful, I can't speak highly enough. I got a wonderful brother. He is just phenomenal, and he was really supportive. He's right there for me, and we went through it. And after we did go through it and we kind of got through the tough part of it, we realized that, we need to do something more. My mother was a dynamo. She was aggressive. She knew everybody. They loved her to death. And I just felt like I had to do something to help somebody else. So we created Who's Going to Take Care of Me? Because I ask that question all the time. Who's going to take care of me?
Yeah. That's something to consider. Truly is.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's how it all stuck. Well, my approach really was to do more with education, outreach in the community, and being able to be an educator and being able to share my experiences, which were bad. I mean, there were things that I never ever thought I would be going through, but it's my mother. So whatever road she took me down, that's where I was going. And I wanted to be able to share that experience and educate as many people as I possibly could. But along the way, I just saw so many deficiencies in the system and in facilities and so on that I felt I needed to do something a little more to help those that were in need. And that's how we came up with Who's Going to Take Care of Me? And, to this day, we've given out thousands and thousands of Depends, toiletries, you name it. Thanks to the kindness of all my friends and people that are probably watching this broadcast.
Wow, when you're a shining example of what we all can aspire to be. Those who are willing to give back to help others in need. There's so many seniors out there that need support in one way or another, especially in these days of COVID and the isolation, which we know is not good for seniors. So we need more people to follow your example of making sure that our seniors are cared for. So would you have anything that you would like to share with the people today, or what you just suggest that we should do? How do we move forward?
Well, I think, one, we have to start taking care of each other. The one thing I realize is that, we have to do more as a family unit. Unfortunately, we just don't do enough. And I see so many folks fighting amongst each other, especially when one of the chips go down in the family, they start disintegrating. And that's not, the family structure should be a little stronger. And I encourage everybody with their moms and dads and brothers and sisters, we got to be better at staying together even in tough times, because they're going to challenge you and they're going to be tough, but doesn't mean you got to go off the rails. And just because there's money involved, doesn't mean you really got to go off the rails. And people, when there's money and property and things like that, they tend to do strange things.
That is so true. But it said that, somewhere it says, I'm not a real theologian or anything, but money is the root of all evil. It brings up some terrible things during time of stress and need, the things that people do for money rather than out of compassion or humanity. Yeah.
Especially now, because the problem is, people need each other. And that's why when I came up with Who's Going to Take Care of Me, I realized that, we really need each other. Because when you get older, And I mean, LaVada, I know with Seniors on the Move, you've expressed this so often in talking about your experience with COVID, how sometimes you guys, you as seniors, you feel like, we need our activities.
We do.
And because of that, this is where the family unit comes in, and they really need to be there for each other. Because one thing we know, we're going to all get older, hopefully. God willing, we're going to make it. The other thing is we need to make sure somebody's in our corner to be there for us, to take care of us.
Oh, yes. And these Rona days, as they call it, has made that more evident than ever. I had the opportunity to spend time with my family this weekend, and oh my God, that was just a wonderful experience. For us seniors, as we get older, we're not going to be here forever. We know that. So we're looking forward to spending some time with families, spending some time sharing some moments that you just can't forget. Family is really what it's all about. When it comes time to be there, we need to fill in the void because they are really falling into states of depression. So don't forget them. Reach out to them. Pick up the phone. Send a flower. Send a note. They need to know that you care about them.
Well, and I think that's so important because it's like I tell folks all the time when I speak or just on a day-to-day, I tell folks all the time about make sure you check on your family members. Make sure you check on your friends.
Your friends.
Your friends. Your family. We all pretend, but really show it by checking on folks, calling them. I make it a habit to call. Like I call 5 or 6 people every day. And I don't want anything. I just want to check, see how you doing, how's your day going, and get started, to make sure that they're okay.
Well, do you have anything else you'd like to share with us about Butch Charles Grimes that you want us to know?
Well, I know you were asking me about, why did I create
yes, the network. So we almost forgot.
The network. And I think the main thing is I created the We Talk Network primarily because I just realized that we have to start taking control of the message. And so my thought was I wanted to do something that would to have more control in what we're doing. And I just don't think we've taken advantage of it. So I've set it up so more and more people now can have their own shows on their own network. And that's what we created.
Well, that's good. Well, you have hit the spot because there is no TV channel, TV programming set up for seniors that I know of. So you have hit an area with a specific need, and I'm thankful that you are reaching out to seniors to get us more involved in using the technology.
So we're going to have some shows that we're going to have things like that are going to be more community-based. And I think that was one of the keys to creating the We Talk, that it was not all about worldwide presence over the internet, national presence over the internet. I really want to focus on local. I want us to focus more on local stuff.
Very good. That's good. Because that's what we need. Something that really relates to us. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, Mr. Grimes, thank you so much. But it's time for our senior moment.
Oh, boy.
Yes.
Well, thank you for having me, LaVada.
You are welcome. And our senior moment falls right in line as to what we were talking about today. This poem is entitled, Each Life Affects Another. A single happy smile can always brighten up the day. for anyone who happens to be passing by your way. A little bit of thoughtfulness that shows someone you care creates a ray of sunshine for both of you to share. Yes, every time you offer someone a helping hand, every time you show a friend you care and understand, every time you have a kind and gentle word to give, you help someone find beauty in this precious life we live. For happiness brings happiness, and loving ways bring love. And giving is the treasure that contentment is made of. Peace and love until we meet again.
This episode of Seniors on the Move is brought to you by our partners, whom inspire us to keep our seniors on the move. Empowerment Congress, educate, engage, and empower. Mark Ridley Thomas, Supervisor, 2nd District, County of Los Angeles. And Willowbrook Senior Center, Sandy Hamilton.